Bill, you're training tonight.
All right.
Our country.
Yeah, I'm back.
He's busy protecting our country. He stepped up enough.
I like that.
I like it.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. We are live, guys. Just so you know, we are live. And
All right, we're
welcome,
live.
everyone. Thank you.
Welcome.
Elliot has got some awesome training planned for everybody tonight. I'm going to mute out Patricia. Sorry about that, Patricia. He's going to be training us on all kinds of great stuff. Just kidding, guys. I'm playing with Elliot. We were just talking about, before we hopped on the call, what we were going to talk about tonight. And I think that Elliot has a phenomenal idea. He's got some training that he's been listening to with Jim, actually that Jim Rohn has been doing, or that he's been watching Jim Rohn, and he wants to share some of the stuff that he's been learning. So that would be a great topic, you know, talking about reaping what you sow. There's some biblical stuff there, and I've got Jeffrey Kistner on with us as well, and he's always very insightful when it comes to this kind of stuff and leadership. And most importantly, you know, these hangouts, guys, if you're new here and you're watching right now, just so you know, these hangouts are here to nurture and support you in your sizzle business. So while you're growing your sizzle business, you know, there's, you know, a lot of people that what they're missing in their business is you know, the lack of direction, the nurturing, the little bit more hands-on approach, you know, being able to ask questions and find out what they should do next in their business. So really that's what these trainings, these mastermind sessions are really about. They're really about masterminding with the team and, you know, being able to support you and nurture you through your journey in Sizzle. And of course, we just got off the Sizzle Connect call, and Sizzle Connect call was awesome. We had a special guest tonight, Tom Maurer. Tom Maurer is always bringing it. I love listening to him. He's got so much wisdom. And just to really quick recap, on the beginning of the call, they mentioned, you know, really closing out May strong because of the Maurer Mountain incentive that's going on right now, and there's also some Dash for Cash and things like that. So there's a lot of incentive to really build your sizzle business, particularly in May. And what I'm seeing right now is it's just speeding up. Our team is growing by leaps and bounds, and people are really contacting me now. It's kind of interesting. It seems like they're contacting me more in May than they did in January, when you would think that people are really making their New Year's resolutions. And I know Elliot's been off the chain busy. So it just seems to be really speeding up as we're getting into the summer months, which is kind of unusual, actually. How about for you, Elliot?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it has been really busy. I think, you know, the Maurer Mountain thing. If people don't know about it, you know, basically, kind of seems like Tom looks at a list of people that have been doing well and like picks people he wants to fly out to his cabin in the woods, something like that.
That's not what it is. There's actually points and stuff like that.
No, I know, but it's something I'm kind of excited to see if I end up qualifying for it or not. I got a little bit of a late start, you know, kind of really kicked in late February. So, and some people might not know that, but my first recruit was February 24th. So, I didn't recruit anybody for, it would have been 2 months. So, and then it just kind of snowballed. So, I'm interested to see how that goes. I'd love to be able to go shake Tom's hand and get a picture.
I'm pretty sure you made it. I'm pretty sure you did.
I don't know. We'll see.
Top 50. That's all they're looking for, guys. They're just looking for the top 50 people. My hair's kind of messy. Sorry. Working hard today. So they're looking for the top 50 recruiters, leadership. They're looking at a lot of different things. You can go check it out on their website, sizzleinternational.com. You can take a look. Actually, if you go to, let's see, I'll really quick pull it up. I think I can. Hold on. I want to get a direct link for it. But anyways, if you go there, you'll be able to see all of the requirements. Also, let's see, at the bottom I noticed something really interesting. Ooh, where'd it go? Just really quick, want to read this off. Ooh, come on, click off. It's not going. I don't know why. It's weird. Okay, here it goes. So it's sizzleevents.com. It says, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. So let's see here. Really quick, wanted to read this off because I saw something. How to qualify for Mauer Mountain. Now, if you go down to the bottom of the page, like if you click the image on, it's actually like on that rotator thing on sizzleinternational.com. It's like the third one, and if you click on the image, it will take you to, just what's going on, a video, and it's all exciting and all this stuff. But then if you click down at the bottom, it says how to qualify. So if you go there, you'll be able to see what the qualifications are. Now, we're pretty late. I know, like, if you've never recruited anybody, I mean, it's kind of late, and you're like, will I be able to do it? I say go for it, because you just never know. I don't know what people in Sizzle are really doing. It's kind of hard to see. I know Elliot was in the top 3, I believe, or top 5 recruiters in April or March. So, and so I can't imagine that there's a lot of people that are, really doing, I mean, I'm just saying it's open. That's what I'm saying, okay? It's totally open. So if you wanted to go for it, I would do it. I would call everybody and your mother and tell them that, even if you had to be like, bribe them, be like, hey, you love me, don't you? You should buy some coffee from me. I would do that. Seriously, I would totally do that. I'm actually gonna call my mom when I get off of here. Mom, you love me, don't you? You have to do this. And she will. But it's kind of funny. But it's really open. I would say go for it. And then we've got the Dash for Cash, and that's basically, I believe it's like sponsor 5 for 200 points or more, and they're going to give you a couple $100 or $100 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. Jeff knows.
I think, the Dash for Cash, I think, is that top 5 thing. I think unless they're doing it different. Are they doing it different?
I thought it was sponsor 5, and I thought it was pretty much anybody, as long as you sponsor 5 people. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they did change it then. Okay. Yeah, I missed that part of the call.
So, on top of our awesome compensation plan, you're also getting that too. It's pretty amazing. I mean, really where we're at right now, guys, is I've got leaders actually coming to me all, like, recently especially, like, they're taking notice to what Sizzle's doing. They're taking notice to what our team's doing. And one of the things that is really key is that you just stay. That you just stay. Stay with Sizzle. You guys, this is it. This is the company to be in. All you have to do is be in an auto purchase of 50 points. No big deal. I had a couple of people come to me recently and say that they were putting their stuff on hold, and to me it's just basically telling me that you quit. You're taking one foot, you're putting it out the door. No, you might as well just put both feet out the door, because you already quit. And here's the thing, Sizzle International it's a company that you got to stick with. You can't go, I mean, there's just no magic wand for this stuff. And I find it kind of interesting that people can think that they can start and stop their business all the time and then get results. I really find that interesting. So if you're listening to this right now, or maybe you're listening to the recording, just take some really good words of advice. If I can give you any, never give up. Never quit. Just stay the course. You're going to go through obstacles. You're going to have hurdles. That's growth, my friends. That's how you grow. You grow by having challenges put in front of you. Actually, it was interesting because the other day I thought I lost my Instagram account, and I'm gonna do a hangout for MLSP, and I was freaking out, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my account's like been shut down. What do I do now, right? I'm supposed to do this live webinar for thousands of people, and my account's shut down. What do I do? So I'm like, okay, well, I was kind of upset about it, but I just got over it really quick, and I opened up a new account. And while opening up a new account, I learned something really awesome and even better than what I already knew, and how to grow my audience a lot faster and get more leads and all this crazy stuff. And then that following day, that evening, I got my account back and everything was fine, and it was just a hang up with some app APIs and stuff like that, and I just needed to verify my account and everything was good. But I went through that challenge, and I had massive growth because of that challenge. Well, the whole time I'm thinking, no, not me, But like you never know what a day will bring. So I'm just kind of using that story because that's so true. You know, you might be going through something in your life right now, but my mom would always say to me, April, this too shall pass. And it always passed. It always did. So you just have to keep going. And when the tough gets going, that's not the time to quit. It's the time to push harder, to get tougher. And Bill is in the, well, you're in the military. I'm sure you guys, I mean, if you guys were to quit and be all babyish about stuff, and I mean, you'd get your butt kicked, you know? I mean, that's just the way life is. You can't quit. You got to push harder when things are tough. That's the time not to quit. It's the time to push as hard as you can and grow your business as fast as you can. You know, if you're going through, you know, I have people sometimes contact me, and I'm just kind of on a rant right now, and I'm rambling here, but I had some people contact me. This happens periodically. You know, I've sponsored hundreds of people, and over my last 4 years, right? Where you know they're just having some financial difficulties. Why would you want to quit the vehicle that's going to give you financial stability? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Let's put the vehicle that's going to feed my family and produce money for my family on hold. I'm
That's not a suggestion, is it? No,
no,
I mean,
no, I'm like baffled by this, but this is the stuff that I get emails sometimes about, and I'm just like, where's the mindset? I don't even know what to think about that.
so I mean, I think the challenges and the consistency of sticking with something, I think, is things that I get surprised every day from people that um, I think that are really excited and really want to do something, and like you said, they've got one foot out the door. There's really no other way to do this than to have both feet in and go for it. And it kind of leads into the short thing I'm going to try to play this video, so you're going to have to tell me if it doesn't work.
I'm glad it led into something.
Uh, so
It's been on my mind.
can you do you guys see me, or do you see the video?
I see you.
All right, so if I hit play on here, it's supposed to mute me and play a video. So this is um, old people know Jim Rohn. I
Old
don't
people?
I'm
I'm
not
not
old.
old.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I'm
like
old.
Jeffrey. Like Jeffrey's
I'm
old.
not old.
Jeff just had a birthday. He doesn't look a day over 50, I don't think.
Oh no, you just started something.
Uh-oh.
You're so
I'm just
glad.
saying,
You better be glad you're not buying.
he's like 40, right? Um, no, but so Jim Rohn obviously is a big uh, built a huge business in the 80s. Might have been earlier than that. He might have started in the 70s. But great speaker. And so I listened to a lot of stuff, and this is just one of the stories that kind of stuck out to me recently, because it's just something that I'm going through right now that a lot of people do go through, of um, staying the course and finding that you do so much, right? You do so much, and you put so much of yourself and invest in a business, and you know where it can end up, and you know that you wouldn't have got involved in the first place if you didn't know it could go to where you want it to be, but you don't see that right away, right? So looking at your business life as a growing season, and the initial sowing of seed for your business is what this story is about. It's about the law of averages, and um, Jim. I'm going to try to play this from Jim. It's not a video, but it's got slides with it. So I'm just going to see if this works. All right, so that didn't work. Well, that was a terrible example of how to play something. Hold on.
Oh, can you see it on my screen?
No.
I see it now. You guys got to click the YouTube button if you want to see it.
Well, that's not going to
Press
work.
play.
Here, let's do it this way. I'm going to try to share my screen real quick.
I'm seeing it right now because I clicked the YouTube button. Now I see it.
The sower who sowed the seed.
Now don't do that. Don't do that. It's echoing. Wow. Couldn't they make this easier? Let me just try this one more time, April. Hold on. Oy vey.
Uh,
1 second. Don't worry, everybody.
we're not.
We got it.
Although I'm kind of stuck in this, whatever I did. Video, maybe?
I'm frozen. That didn't work. Come on, stupid machine. Can you hear it?
No.
Oy
Very
vey.
faintly that I can't hear it through my speakers.
All right. So we're not doing that.
Plan B.
Can you see it now? Everybody
No.
click the
I
YouTube
see Elliot.
button. See it.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, so am I. You just got to click the YouTube button.
All right.
All right, and everybody can watch it. So let's watch it now.
Does everyone have the YouTube button?
Yeah, and we can chat in the group. If there's a little box here, so just chat if you have a problem.
All right.
Okay, so clicking YouTube. Oh, let me mute. Maybe.
Shut up. Shut up. No.
Mute microphone, unmute. That's mute.
Just leave it unclicked. Click that.
Click what?
The video thing.
This.
All right, so that was it. Go ahead and click the YouTube button again, and it'll clear that off.
Smooth, Elliot.
Wow.
I was laughing too. Oh my
Well,
God.
I love the way Jim Rome talks because he reminds me a lot of my grandfather. He talks very similar. So every time when I hear him speak, it's just hilarious to me. I love it. But so a couple things. I mean, obviously, the story in general becomes very obvious of why it's relevant to what we do. It's for me, it the birds, the hot weather, and the thorns are all something I deal with and see every single day, and sometimes it is very difficult to get past that into sowing and back to laying seeds down and knowing that some of those seeds are going to fall on good ground, or the stories are going to fall on good people because they always do. It's just the way it is, and it's so matter of fact, and so all of us get into those frames of mind where it's like, well, I invited him and he didn't show up. Why wasn't he on the webinar? I invited him. He said he was going to be there. It's just the way it is, and also I swear I think because Jeff says. Isn't that interesting a lot? He must have gotten that from Jim Rome. Isn't that interesting?
I say that too.
You probably got it from Jeff.
Probably did. I don't know where he got it from. He's not.
But yeah, and actually today, I get an email. I get an email from a guy who says he was really into Sizzle, really wanted to join Sizzle. Sends me an email and says, I joined some shopping mall company, like shopping mall network marketing company. I was like, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, right?
Good luck with that, buddy, right?
So, but
Now what about the same people are contacting you and me?
yeah, probably. Well, that's the thing. It's just like, what are you gonna do? And you can't get hung up on it. You gotta just move to the next thing. But sometimes that's difficult. One thing I talked to Jeff earlier. One thing I wanted to see if he could share was obviously we have already established that Jeff's very old, and just kidding. He's not even bouncing anything back to me. So
Probably on the phone or something.
he's probably shaking his head like that's a terrible
Man's on the phone,
introduction. I mean, Jeff's obviously been around a long time. He's done a lot of great things in network marketing, and which makes it very irresponsible of me to make fun of him. But he's a source of knowledge. I've already learned a lot from him and April. Obviously, April and I are really close. But so Jeff and I were talking about handling objections, and one of the things that's very true for us, for our team in particular, is that there's objections come up, but the way that we talk to people to invite them to a webinar, where the webinar handles 90% of people's objections for them, there's really no reason, there's really no excuse for people not to be sowing these seeds. Because all you're doing is getting people to show up to the webinar.
Yep.
Or asking them to show up. Obviously, you can't show them up, and you're not going to chase birds. I started chasing a bird the other day.
Do a video. It's not even that. You don't even have to get them to come live. They can
Right. I mean,
watch
you
anytime.
can send them the thing. So I wanted Jeff to talk a little bit, if that's all right with you, April. It's kind of your hangout, but
Kind of my hangout.
it is. It's your hangout. You're the hangout queen. But yeah, so Jeff, are you there?
He's not. I told you he's probably on the phone.
Hey, Elliot, I'm here. How are you?
Oh,
Yes.
hey, good. There he
You
is.
said such kind words earlier. Thank you.
But yeah, so Jeff, we were talking. Did you hear what we were talking about?
Yes, every word of it.
Besides you being young.
I heard about that too.
Okay.
I'm using telomere support.
Yeah. So obviously, we're talking about sowing seeds and making that really the focus of your business, because that's what seeds are going to fall on good ground. Your stories are going to fall on good people if you keep sowing. And I know a lot of the reasons why people don't continue that process every single day is because of fear of objections and rejection. And so when we're talking about simply inviting people to watch a video, what are some of those ways that people can invite? Maybe you want to go through maybe some actual scripts that you would use?
Yeah, I'll give you some. Oh boy, you know what? It's really interesting. First of all, Elliot, we were talking earlier, and we did talk about handling objections, and I went crazy. So Elliot's put me in a good light. I'm like, no one needs. Seriously, he's putting me in a good light, because I said, you know what? No one needs to learn how to handle objections, because they're not asking anyone to come to a presentation. And I know that, because I've always said you have to be bad before you're good, and good before you're great, great before you're awesome, and awesome before you're really wealthy. But what I've learned over the years is that even the person who's the absolute worst at asking can still get someone to the presentation. So I know by the numbers, because I'm doing 3 live presentations a week, and I know who's inviting, that people aren't even asking someone to show up. Because on the very worst end of it, you could actually call people randomly on the phone, which is horrible, and you could actually say this: you wouldn't want to go to a webinar about improving your health, would you? You could be that bad, and X number of people would show up. And I know that because there was a point when I was that bad, and I was such an aggressive, I'll say, salesperson that, I told you guys when I first started, how I hung up the phone on the person, when I made my first call, because they said yes, they did want to buy or sell their house in the near future, and I got scared because I didn't know what to say, and I hung up the phone on them. Well, later I got so good at knowing whether they're going to buy something or not. They said, don't wreck a person. Do you understand? Don't wreck a person. So when someone said no, they weren't interested, I thought it was absolutely ridiculous that I wasted my time and said, thank you very much for your time. I thought those were very, a waste of my words. So I simply hung up. Seriously. I just hung up the phone. and I would dial the next person so I could get more people in. And that shot me to a, $150,000 a year really quickly because I created time that the other people didn't have, right? But now let's speed it up. If you're willing, and here I really believe this, I believe people aren't willing to prospect for their gold because they are scared to, and it's a legitimate fear. But today where we're using the internet, these type of things, no one can punch you. Like I can't, Bill's a tough Marine, but I can say anything I want to him right now, and he cannot punch me in the nose. See? Because we're here. It's pretty awesome. And he lives really far from me. So I love that. So no one can punch you in the nose over the phone. You see what I mean? So you shouldn't be that scared, all right, to say some things. So say what you want to say, but let's get better at it. Okay? So I want you guys to, men and women here, to go out and recruit live. Because I'm great on the phone. Elliot, when you sent me the first time you sent me a lead, I just closed them, right? I'm like, that's a $5 lead.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That doesn't happen without doing it offline first, in person a little bit. Learn it both ways, right? So if you guys will talk to people, but you're scared to talk to them because it's threatening and you're going to get rejection. So you can avoid all the objection. April watches me talk to people constantly, and they never knew that I was prospecting them. Because if it's not going the way I want, I'm done. I do say, have a great night and this and that. It was cool talking to you, and I move on, somewhere else. Do you see what I mean? As soon as I find out. So if they say anything like, I could never work more than 20 hours a week, or whatever is going to lead me, or they just say crazy things, then I just go on to something else. So.
All right. So Jeff, can I interrupt?
Yeah, interject.
All right. So would you want to do? Because here's the thing. I think a lot of people, we're in situations every day, no matter where we are. I'm thinking. Like coffee shop type of atmosphere, even though no one should be drinking anything other than Sizzle Cafe. Every once in a while,
cancer.
Every once in a while, somebody might stop and get an iced whole milk latte. Every once in a while, and be in line with other people at a place, wherever it is. So you're in line with me, right? You come up behind me. You see me on my phone, and you think I'm a pretty interesting guy. You see something on my phone that interests you, and you're like, what?
Well, that's fascinating. I might talk about their phone. I might say something to the effect of, wow, you got the new iPhone. That's really great. I'll say I got an Android because Google owns Android, and they're way better. But we want to get on the topic. I might ask him flat out, oh, wow, you got a pretty fancy phone. Do you make a lot of money on the internet? Isn't that interesting? So you start the conversation, ask them.
Yeah, so your goal is to get to what they do. Is that kind of an angle for you?
Yeah, they're going to tell me what they do. Because they're going to say something like this. They're going to say, I would never work on the internet, or I didn't, or my wife bought me this phone for my birthday, and I have no idea how to use it. It's supposed to be cool. But I'm going to find out.
I got you. I mean, I guess that's my question was trying to get to, like, where do you try to steer? Obviously, you're not going to say, hey, those are nice pants. You must really like blue jeans. I mean, that's not a... So your goal for talking to someone is to get to what they do every day.
Yes.
Because from that, you can then figure out quickly if they're either in need or desire of something else.
Even if it's a close desire, I'm going to say something to the effect of this, and you may have never heard this before. I'm going to say something to the effect of, oh boy, Man, I'm trying to give you guys some. I'm trying to give you guys some one-liners. because every single last one of these is different. Here's what I would say to prompt curiosity. I would say, I just found out a way to make a tremendous amount of money and not work 40 hours a week.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, believe me. I mean, believe me. Curiosity is brought up, and this and that. And what they're going to do, and this is where people are going to blow it, and I don't want them to blow it, is they're going to say, "Wow, that's that's fascinating. That's this, that. Can you tell me more about that?" I'm going to say it would take a little bit. However, I would invite him to something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'd say, so that I can invite you, I need your number. I need an email. I need some way to get the information to you. And see, there's where the exchange of information. Now, if they're not willing to give me their information and all that, I'm gonna let it go, because they need to beg you practically to give them a presentation. Well, can you tell me more about it? Can you do this? Can you do that? They need to really want to give the information, or they are just interested in they're wasting your time. And then when I get to the counter and I'm ordering that cup of coffee, Elliot, I'm going to talk to that person too. And I'm going to make it really clear in a couple different ways depending on the shop where I'm at. I might ask him something like, are you, just to really pique their stuff, I might say something like, are you married to your job, or are you open-minded? Now, do you see what, you know what I mean? It's going to really prompt them. Are you married to your job, or are you open-minded? They're going to think about it for a second. They're going, I'm open-minded. I mean, they are. They're going to say, I'm open-minded.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Are you married to your job? Are you open-minded? No, I'm open-minded. And they might ask you, what do you got for something? I said, well, you're at work right now. We can't talk about it right now. And see, do you see everything that I'm doing is rejection-free? Because they want things from me, and I'm just not giving it to them. They might follow me out to my car because they want the information so bad. Seriously. And can you tell it? Well, it's a way that you can make a tremendous amount of money and work under 40 hours a week. If you give me the best number I could reach you, or an email, I could get you some information. Again, you're at work right now. I can't explain it now. That would just be wrong. Now, if they're not going to give you that information, and believe me, you can tell. I mean, I do this so much that some people don't give you the information, and I don't ask for it again. Because you see what I mean? There's your sowing, your reaping, but it's just your sowing, right? But some people, you can tell their level, because they're going to write down they're going to go, here's my home number, and just in case I'm not home, I just wanted to give you my cell phone number, because sometimes I'm not home. I'm serious, they do this. And here's an email, but you know what? If you can't reach me here, I don't respond quick enough, here's my sister's. You could probably get hold of me through here. I mean, people give you all this detailed information. So that's what you want to say. You want to say, are you open-minded? I'll give you another example. A lot of people are going into different stores, whatever it may be. Maybe they're going into a store where, I don't know, they sell batteries, right? Maybe you're at AutoZone. I don't know if everyone has an AutoZone. But anyways, you're going in there and you need a battery for your car. Well, here's what a lot of people are doing. They're going in there and they're saying, hey, I need a new battery. And they say, sure, $75. And then anyways, for your car. And they sell them the battery, you pay the $70, and then walk out the car. And then what they do is they get out their car and they go, you know what? No one's really interested in the MLM business. Isn't that fascinating? Everyone wants to keep their job. No one would want to do this. No one could pay $200 a month. That's just crazy talk. They're just not interested in the MLM business. Yet they never even asked them. They never even gave them a chance when they were. I've called people who said they were praying for my phone call on a regular basis. So anyways, here's another line for you. While you're ordering that battery, sure, the battery's $75. Just say, hey, I'm curious. Have you had the opportunity to start your own business yet? What's wrong with that? Do you see what I'm saying? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Elliot, come on, talk to me.
Yeah, no, I love it.
By any chance, have you found the opportunity to be your own boss? By any chance? I'm curious.
And I say, No, I'm just working here.
Well, you know what? If you ever decide that you want to be your own boss, you know what? Get in contact with me. I'd be glad to help you with your search.
Oh, you a headhunter or something?
Yeah, I'm a headhunter or something. I help people start their own businesses.
Oh, all right. You got a card, buddy?
No, I don't have a card. I do everything on the internet.
Oh, I like it. I like them internets.
Yeah, that's great. See, I'm not going to ask him for anything, Elliot. He's going to have to tell me this is my phone number, this is that. I'm not even going to ask for it.
That makes
Because I'm
sense.
not going to sell him or this or that because, you know, we have 7 billion people. I want someone who has the capacity to say, hey, could you contact me about this or that or the other if something
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
up? I want them to give me the information. But the same thing is when you guys are doing your social media, you could ask the same thing. You know, people, you know, Margaret, I'll bet people have approached you like that. You could chime in, maybe not, but I'll bet people have approached you with, are you open-minded? And then you say, yeah, I'm open-minded, and then I want you to chime in here. Then you say, yeah, you're open-minded, and then they say, join my business. And then you say, no, I'm not going to join your business because I'm in a better business. And then they say, well, then you're not open-minded. Can you talk, Margaret, and tell me if that's true or not?
Oh yeah, Jeffrey, we've had conversations about recent people who have tried to recruit me in, so to speak. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
Okay. I can't remember what the one was last week, but I just remember this guy, he kept saying, well, this is my business and this is my comp plan and this is, you know, just kept going over all of his statistics. And I says, well, how are you marketing your business? And this is going, you know, kind of more over towards the MLSP side, and then I was going to bring Sizzle in after that. But, and I got absolutely no response. And then he says, well, you know, chatting on Facebook. You know, and I said, well, how's that working for you? Well, okay, and you could tell that it wasn't, you know. And so I went from there and showed him MLSP. Nothing's came of it because he's not ready to go to that next level to learn on how to market his business.
So you left it at that. You were done with it.
I left it at that, yeah, because he's not ready to say, oh, I'm screwing up, you know, this isn't working. He's not ready to take it to the next level and realize and admit what he's doing wrong.
You don't think you have to point that out to him? Do you think he knows he's actually broke?
Probably.
Yeah.
But he's not smart enough to see the light on the other side.
Okay, here's my point, and I don't know how many people are watching this, but you're going to have to get out there and mess it up. You're going to get good. We can give you, you know, starting points, and we can give you lots of different ways based on your, you know, personality. But you have to start, you know, inviting people, and those are just a couple ways. Words are powerful. If you're biblical at all, words are the most powerful thing in the world. And I'll get crazy on you since you're talking about Jim Rohn and all the sowing and reaping is right from the Bible, whether you believe in that thing or not. Well, if you believe in that, words are so powerful that they created the world. Let there be light. They're that powerful. So if you're, you know, they say you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Yeah, you can. Absolutely you can. Doggone it. It's time to speak up. You guys are already on here. You could say the wrong words, and they will never, ever, 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 ever join you and probably anybody else. So anyways, they always say that because they want to give you the confidence to go out there. Right? So, Elliot, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Well, sure you can. You can say a lot of stupid things. But anyways, there's ways that will get you better results, and one way is what I'm telling you right now, pique curiosity. I mean, people want to know. I mean, you know, everyone's, you know, here's what they do. They go over their relative's house on any of the, you know, holidays, right? And whatever your holiday is, your religion, your Easter, your Christmas, is all these different things, right? And they just puke all over their family members. They won't even shut up. I found the best thing, and I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to make $1 million a month, $100,000 a month. I'm going to make all this money. I'm going to be out of my job and this and that. And they got these products, and they got this thing called Fucoidan, and it's got patents, and it can cure you. And they're like, but I'm not sick. And all these other things. They say all these crazy things, and they go on and on and on and on. You don't have to do that. But you have to pique up some curiosity. You might say something to the effect, pique curiosity. See, when you say words like "I found a way" or "I found out something," people, it's just natural for them to kick in. Hey, they just found out something. This wasn't something that was known in the past. This could save my life. That's really how it kicks in. So first you have to get their attention. So you use powerful words. I found a way. And then you follow it up with something really cool. I found a way that I wouldn't have to work 40 hours a week anymore. And I could have more time to spend with my kids and more time to enjoy my family. I wouldn't have to fake sick anymore calling in. And then you say, could you please pass the peas? So you're done with it. Because if they don't follow up with their curiosity, well, how do you do that? You know what I mean? They have to come from there. But you're done. Now, did you say anything that you won't get invited back to dinner? Anybody?
No.
Come on, speak to me. Did you
No,
say
I was waiting to see where you were going with it, because I think one of I hear this question a lot, and it kind of relates to this, is either with family, like in that situation, it's really what are you doing, or the situation where people ask me this a lot, and they'll say, how do you answer the question, what do you do?
Yeah, and at that point, I wouldn't answer that question. I'd say, "Come on, to my brother-in-law or whatever. Come on, it's a party. I'll be glad to get you some information later, but pass the peas."
No, and don't forget too, you should be the one really asking the questions if you want to control that conversation.
Well, you know this family, Margaret, but I'm not trying to. But you're right. You got to control the conversation, but you just want them to. You just want to pique curiosity. People are doing that too much at the table. Or someone says, "I lost my job," and then they start puking on them again. Oh my gosh, you lost your job! It could be the best thing. I have something that could save your life. And and all these crazy things, when really they should probably do nothing but make a mental note of it, that Uncle Louie lost his job and he might be looking for him, and then call him back a few days later and say, "Hey, I heard at the table that you were down. I found a way that I would never have to work for someone again."
I like that. I love the I found a way to whatever this person's ailment might be, whether it's being broke or whether it's an actual ailment that one of our 200 products can solve, obviously.
Sure.
I found a way to get rid of my headaches without taking loads of ibuprofen.
See, and you can use this over and over again, Elliot. You're dead on, and that's my whole point here. You want it. It's getting curiosity. I found a way.
Yeah.
And the other thing is Margaret, you brought out probing for questions, so let me point that out. There's another powerful words. These are words, but they make people say things, and you have to be quiet. Unlike I am now, but I'm doing a little mentoring, teaching, whatever you may call it. When someone says, that could never be for me, or this or that, use the words "tell me." Tell me is very powerful. Tell me why you think that. Tell me more about that. Tell me this, and then let them tell you. Tell me.
Boy, am I hearing Danny Johnson there, Jeff?
Are you? I did
Totally.
this stuff long before I knew there was a Danny Johnson, but maybe we had the same instructors.
Probably.
But anyways, that's interesting. So she says that, Margaret, tell me.
Yeah, when they ask, a lot of times, anytime they give an objection, she redirects them back to their why. Well, why are you looking at network marketing in the first place? Or, if they say, I got to talk to my wife. It's funny, I was just listening to the CD the other day. I have to talk to my spouse, and she'll say, well, is it really that you have to talk to your spouse, or is it that you're really not serious about making a lot of money a home-based business so you can take care of your daughter at home, and you just don't want to hurt my feelings? And that's some of the wording that she uses.
I would, Margaret, this is so, great, and Bill and Elliot, and, I don't know who else is listening or they listen to the recording, but words are so powerful, and, as we go into this, we can give, more words, but go out there and ask people if they're open-minded. Ask them if they're married to their job. You know, it's really, tell them and let them know. Let anybody know, hey, I found out. Gosh, it's going to trigger their brain. We talk about, neuralistic programming and all this, and it's certainly not that, but it will trigger their brain to pique curiosity, to find out more information. And, people have followed me out to the parking lot. They have wrote down 3 numbers and 2 emails and everything else. But I'm just not going to give them the information. It's so fun because you're like, oh my gosh, I finally have someone to give a presentation to. I'm just telling you, at the Steak and Shake, at the table there, is not the time for your presentation. It's not. You need their information. I found a way. I found a way to cure your pain. I found a way to this. I found a way to that. But you hear it in them when you said, tell me, I found a way to spend more time with your children. I found a way to have 3-day weekends all the time. Isn't this great stuff?
Yeah, I've used that with people that hate Mondays, which is like 99% of people, evidently. I found a way. I don't really have to go to work on Mondays if I don't want to.
It's powerful. It's so powerful.
Yeah, no, I like it, Jeff.
You need them to ask you. You need them to ask you for a presentation, and then it will be a pleasure giving the presentation, and then you can handle the objections that you're going to get within the presentation. We do it during our business op meetings so well that you just want to point people to that and get them there. I'm going to redirect them back to you, and they're going to have so much information, and by you being on there, you'll know the answers. And
yeah, and so just as a recap, so the focus of this was to obviously get people thinking about the fact that they don't need to get hung up on any one bad thing that might happen, that the continual sowing, inviting process needs to be happening, and then following that up with how easy is it to continually sow, and it's easy. I found a way to whatever. There's no reason why you can't do that every day. So especially the people who say, I've already talked to my brother, my sister, my mom, and my cousins, and now I have no one to talk to. If you really don't want to make a list of all the people you really know, then because that list will be huge, and you got to get out, you got to meet other people. Obviously, we've got ways to start doing it online too, but you've got to be able to do it face to face, or it's not really going to work offline either, or online either. So. Yeah, I love that. I love that, Jeff.
I found a way to build a gigantic network marketing business without bringing in any family members at all. See, I found a way.
Yeah, and just leave it.
Yeah, just leave it. They'll believe me. They'll pass the peas. Seriously, that's you're done, because then you're just getting the information and get them the information. And too many people are worried about all the conversation and doing the follow-up there. They won't have to do it. And you're exactly right. I just want to drive it. I just want to drive it home. You can get very wealthy being a professional inviter. And as I do these presentations, tomorrow night we'll have one at 10 o'clock Eastern. Patricia's on here, so I'm really proud of Patricia. Tomorrow I'm doing a presentation. You talk about inviting. I said some people are and some people are not. Patricia's invited so many people that we're going to do a presentation at 6:30 tomorrow for her group. Think about that.
Wow.
That's really, I don't know if she has mic or anything right now, but I think it's really powerful. So I'm just meeting she's only been here for about 90 to 120 days, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing a presentation, but for her group. That's it, Patricia Down. So I think it's super powerful. Hey, Bill, she's on your team. That's exciting. That is. I'm telling you, it's really cool to see all that going on.
One more thing. So one more thing I want you to touch on, Jeff, before I ask April to sign it off, because I don't want to go too long. But peak interest as often as possible. wait for information, get them to a presentation. Then I just wanted to touch on a couple of the things that as far as questions after a presentation, the most common question I get is, how do I join? That's honestly the most common question I get. And is there any other ones as far as, like, when you're following up with someone that's watched it, handling those couple questions? Obviously, people here will get on the phone with you, with whoever you're talking to. But do you have any other kind of just quick follow-ups as far as what to expect?
We handle it pretty good within the presentation, but they're going to ask you what package they should join with. They're definitely going to ask you that. They're going to ask you, and they not always, but most of the time they ask you, hey, just tell me the truth. Do I really have to come on with $10,000? They want to know. They really do. And, the truth is, everyone should start with a platinum. You cannot get to your first promotion, your very first promotion, which is master. I did this on Saturday training, without being a platinum. And people do what you do. Follow the leader. Okay? So you want to, if you're not at platinum, you want to go to platinum. And then when someone asks, you want to say, and this is so powerful, remember, words are powerful, but you don't want to lie. You want to tell the truth. I started at platinum, and you should start at platinum too. It maxes out the compensation plan. I want you to earn as much as you possibly can. So anyways, you talk about that.
Good.
Another question you can ask them is, do you, see yourself getting started on the slow pack, and making the money that you want to make over the next 6 months, or do you see yourself getting started with a fast pack and making the money that you want to possibly in the next 6 months?
It's a great question, Margaret, because it tells you, what they're thinking. It tells you if it's the person, and we love them all, if they want to make a few $100s extra a month, or they really want to make, some, money, and, if they really want to go in the question. I found out how to, earn X amount of dollars or earn a tremendous amount of money in, under 20 hours a week. So it's exactly right. We're going to follow up, and I'm going to get you guys. I was telling Elliot I was going to write just for this group. I was going to write just some questions, a lot of questions, to spark curiosity that you can use in any single situation. Have you found a chance to be your own boss? And you start that with, I'm just curious. Have you found the chance to be your own boss? You can say that about anything, anytime you buy something, anywhere you're at, and you'll know by the response whether that's the person for you or not.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Peak interest, wait for their information, or move on, invite them to the presentation. That's how we sow seeds.
Yeah, sow seeds, and sow, sow them and sow them and sow them until the job gets done, until we want to wrap it up, Elliot, but I want to point out, it's so, when I look at the people that in any company, when they don't start out right, and you can't change yesterday, but wherever you're at today, you can put your order where you need to put your order. You could say, yes, I'm platinum. And this is why, because getting all the way 1 through 5 star is a very simple process. It's becoming platinum, of course, and through that process is becoming a master distributor. And I did this on Saturday, but I want to do it quick because it's important. This is our group. You're a platinum. You sponsor 4 platinums. That makes you a master. There is no more than that. Once you're a master, you help other people become masters, and that puts you to 1 star. You help more people become masters, you go to 2 star. You help more people become masters, 3. That's all you do, over and over and over. And I'm really excited. There are several people going master this month, several. And there's a couple people that are moving to 1-star this month in the next 2 weeks. That's a lot of promotions. And those 1-stars are going to say, hey, Jeff, how do I get to 2-star? And I'm going to say, you help people get to master. And it's the same process over and over and over. And I've said this before, boring can make you a lot of money. It's the same process. It doesn't change, and you won't hear me say anything else. Okay, Elliot, you wrapped it up pretty good 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was good. I love the very, very simple steps to keep sowing your seeds. And obviously, we talk about follow up and inviting and objections and stuff in a lot of the other trainings too. But no, this was great. Thanks for coming on tonight, Jeff.
Yeah. Does anyone April want to conclude with any final comments?
You still there, April?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm getting tired, so I'm ready to check off too. I really appreciate you guys coming on. It was great stuff tonight. Jeffrey, I love the one-liners that you shared. I've heard you listening to some stuff that's got some great training too. And I know this week, Saturday, Jeffrey will be going over some amazing ways for you to grow your sizzle business Saturday at noon. So you guys plug into everything there is. We work really hard for this team so that way you guys can have all the success that you want in your sizzle business. So tomorrow night, make sure you're inviting to tomorrow night's webinar. That starts at 9 o'clock Eastern, or 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and that's for Cafe. Get your friends, call up people, have that sense of urgency, and get them on the webinar. It all starts with a sense of urgency. You calling them up and just saying, hey, so-and-so, this is, Patricia, just giving you a ring. Listen, I've got something. I don't have a lot of time right now to explain it to you, but got something I want to share with you. You mind if I send you some information? Are you free tonight? However you want to conclude it, and get them on the webinar. That's key. That's the seeds that you need to be sowing. And I love what Jim Rohn really said, because that really stuck with me. Not everybody will. You got to plant the seeds, and what did he say? He said everybody will hit the ground or something, or hit the dirt. I can't remember what he said. Are
you talking about the good ones?
I'm talking about the video.
No, I know, but are you saying that if you share a good idea long enough, it'll fall on good people?
Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Yep, that's the exact one. I love that because it's so true. Even in my own business, I've sponsored hundreds of people, and only there's a select few that will. There's a select few that are actually going to build it and do it. But the power is in your decision. It really is. So once you decide, it's just game over. That's just all there is to it. If you decide to do this, then you will. All right, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Elliot. This was a great topic. I really enjoyed tonight's training. Margaret, you're awesome. I love you, Chica. Patricia, thanks for coming on. Jeffrey, you always have wonderful things to share in Bill Potting. I save the best for last. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for all you're doing over there. And I don't know where you're at, but wherever you are.
She cares about you, Bill.
Thanks for fighting for our country. Bill's in the military, you guys. He's
14 years.
Yeah.
He's a I can't say it, a bad butt Marine.
Yeah, sometimes he's on, sometimes he can't get on, but that's because he's fighting for our country. So.
Hey, does anyone want to hang out for a few minutes, take this off live, and hang out? April's tired, but I'm not, and I would love to have some conversations.
All right, I'll stick around for a while. All right, good seeing everybody.
All right, thanks, everyone. Have a great night.